Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new Age of Engineering. We are back in the beautiful world here, and, well, where we left off, we got a lot of things done. I have the other water wheel, we're getting RF. We're actually full downstairs. We filled up all of the Empower stuff, which is great, which means I should probably be using it. But for right now, let's just keep going, right? We got some extra utilities going. I've added a speed upgrade to this. We've got, 12 generating, all that kind of stuff. We're doing fairly well. All things considered, pretty darn good, if you ask me. I did quickly rearrange all of our power stuff, all right? Oh, boy. That's a bit of a situation. Yes, indeed. But anyways, we are running 128 voltage or power to all of our machines, and I built the transformer upgrades for at least our 3 primary machines. We got 4 overclockers in there. We, of course, have our pulling upgrade, which is pulling from the adjacent chests and filling it up. And, of course, we're pushing out over here and doing all that kind of stuff. Making just a mess, but we're producing all of our ores that we're getting, all right? But we're running out of power as of about right now, and this guy's going to run out of juice. So, in case you didn't see in my inventory, we have another kinetic generator and another wind turbine and another rotor ready to go. I thought about doing some other things, but we'll just leave it at that for now. So that's some of our power situation. That's our power sitch. But the upgrades are great because it's going to allow us to continually power up, right? This is going to keep going. I could probably just do that and it should start to build up again. Should. It should. It will. Yeah. So we can kind of remove them and play with them. But overall, I think I have 6 overclockers total now. So that's really, really good. And it's helping us speed up our processes overall. We got some more coal coke. That's awesome. But in the meantime, I think we need to get this going. And I also want to make an electric tree tap because mine just broke. And let's do it. So we got the small power unit, same as before. And the tree tap up here, that's going to give us the electric tree tap that we can just charge up. And this guy will do this similar to the wrench. Now all of a sudden we're using power to tap our trees instead of continually wasting wood, right? So we got a couple awesome tools there, which are great. That guy we'll just let that build up a little bit. We'll just let it build up. In the meantime, I do want to make a few other upgrades. And what I'm thinking is glass fiber cable. Glass fiber cable is pretty darn awesome. It's the best cable from Industrial Craft, as far as I'm aware. I think the 4x, no, the 4 times, the 8 times. 8 times? Is that what it is? But either way, the glass fiber cable is the one that we want to deal with at this point in time. Right there, glass fiber cable. And it requires some glass, some silver grit or dust of some sort, and some energium. Energium, of course, is the redstone with the crushed or macerated diamonds. Now, these guys, of course, are basically, as it explains, crushing down diamonds. Nothing too crazy about it. We do have a decent amount of diamonds, though, so I kind of decided now might be a good time to do a little bit of an upgrade. Now, you do get 6 of these per, so you get a decent amount. So let's just do 8 diamonds worth. I think that should be acceptable for right now. I hope. I think. Yeah, we'll just do 8. That'll be fine. We don't need to export them, but that's all right. Also, we need to kind of figure out what we're going to do with all these tiny piles of dust, and if there's a way to automate them nicely. They are working pretty good in the form of you just do this and you autocraft, and oh my god, that was a stack. That was another whole stack of iron. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Woo, that was a lot. Alright, let's get some of our redstone as well here and get this process up and running. So, we're going to go like that. And that should give us the energium. That's good. And then we're going to need to grind up some of our silver as well. We do have a decent amount of that. So we should be able to grind that up right afterwards here. And this is taking way too long. So, speed up. Let's go, go, go. Ain't nobody got time waiting around for that, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, good. We'll do that, and we'll get this going. Awesome. Crushed silver. Good. So we got that. That's good. I think that that should work, and we'll just set that up to auto-eject again. So this will give us our energium. Oh, that's a lot of energium. And I hope crushed works. And a whole bunch of glass, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. So that's 12. You know what? Let's get a little bit more than that. Yeah, we'll get... You know what? Forget about it. See ya. Let's go. Let's get 54. That's how we're doing these things, right? That's how we're going to do this. We're setting things up for success. It is a little nighttime, sleepy time. So I do want to sleep and get that process started as well. Now, in the book, let's take a quick look at the book again, right? In the calculation age, we kind of skipped a few things. We could look into some additional solar panels. We can look into a lot of other things as well. I think we can even start on... No, I can't do it there. Empowering allows us to start with some like crystallized canola and stuff like that if we want to do. We also can make things like the mining laser and the thermal centrifuge with the ore washing plant. So there's a lot of things that we can do there that we can start to develop and process on, all right? Which is good. But we need to fix up our home here first. We've kind of ran into a bit of a snag with power. So let's fix this guy up nicely. So all of this right here is going to be replaced. This gold wiring is not healthy for the environment, especially compared to the glass fiber. Glass fiber is just that much superior. So we're just going to quickly replace all of this, going all the way up accordingly. The other thing too is I do have my greenhouse currently not wired up, and I don't know if it can accept 128 or like what power it can accept, or if it'll even explode or something like that. And I don't really want to risk it at this point in time, so we'll probably just set that up a little bit later on. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This cabling is so janky to break. It's so weird. But anyways, we're slowly but surely replacing this. And the biggest thing here is this had a 0.4 for a loss. This guy has a 0.02. Okay, so very big savings in energy loss, which will just make our system a little bit more efficient overall. As well as it can transfer more power now, instead of, you know, this stuff that was only transferring at 512. Okay? Either way, pretty good stuff. Let's get this done. Oh, man, this is a lot higher than I thought. I'm glad I made all that cabling. Whew. All right. Good. We're good, right? Oh, boy. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we should be connected back up power-wise. That's good. We'll get to the top. And, yeah, well, now we're producing 64. That's good. Our rotor's still working. Now, if I remember correctly, this is about 5 blocks long. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that will clear that one. But now we're going to need to go at least probably about another 3, I think. So let's go 3 more, like that. Beautiful. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. I didn't bring any blocks. That's where it gets complicated. Oh, boy. Do I have any in here? No, of course not. Okay, let's see if we can just kind of pull this off. Okay. That's all right. We'll make this work. All right, so we'll get out our wrench, and we want to wrench it like so, I believe. And then the wind turbine will go on like that, right? And then we'll put in the rotor. Are we producing? No, we are not. So let's do... there we go. Yeah, there we go. We're producing 64 as well. Awesome. So now we have 2 of these guys up and running. It looks like we're pretty much on the edge there. So what is the distance or gap between this? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 7-wide gap between them. And they're both producing 62, 62. Awesome. So we just doubled our capacity, which is very good. It's very good, very good. I don't know if it's amazing. We're not writing home or anything about that, but it should be powering up a little bit quicker. And what we really need to accomplish here is, I think it's 4. I've kind of done the quick math, but we need about 4 upgrades in this ore washing plant to keep up with non-upgraded macerators and furnaces. Okay? So it's a matter of stabilizing out that power. Having 4 in here is a 655% increase to our power time, but it's also a 24% decrease in our processing time. So I'm going to kind of monitor this. It looks like we're going up, but our macerator is not running at this point in time. So let's see what happens. As soon as this turns over, all the silver is coming in. Good. The macerator's up and running. The ore washing plant's running, and the furnace should be running. And it appears we're very close to stable. I think we're actually going up. Down, up, down. We're going down a little bit, I think. It's kind of tough to tell, though, isn't it? It is kind of tough to tell if we're going... We are going down slightly. Okay. Do we make another one? Do we make another one, or do we just go with something like solar? Right? Do we go with something like solar now? We could. We could do solar. Solar Flux Reborn. Oh, baby. Let's... You know what? I might just supplement this a little bit with some solar power. It's not a bad way to go, all things considered. So we don't need too much, but it does going to require a lot of stuff. So it's going to take a while for us to get there. We need to get a lot of processes and whatnot set up in place. And we still have 10 extra glass fiber cables. But for example, one solar array, which is 8 EU per tick, is 8 solar panels, which is what? 8 times 3, that's what? 24 coal powder. That's a whole bunch of that. I don't even know if it's worth it. We might just do another one of those. Anyways, let's move on from there. Let's carry on. We are in the process of moving everything downstairs. And I made these upgrades here because I really needed to process through our resources. There's no delay. We just needed to get it done. Simple as that. So I did this upgrading just so that we could get through our stuff a little quicker. I was kind of hoping that the crusher from Extra Utilities was makeable, but it's not. We could use the actually additions one. That is the thing that we could do to switch over to RF. But I think that we should just stick with IC2. I'm really thinking let's stick with IC2 overall. The other thing too is now we can get ourselves a thermal centrifuge. Or at least that's what it's telling me I can get. So that requires an advanced circuit, which requires empowered redstonia crystals and empowered Pallas crystals. Okay, Pallas crystals. That requires a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. This is where we are going to get a little bit more complicated. So we're going to need 4 of that and 4 of the Palace crystals. These guys here, which is Palace crystal, which is, I'm assuming, lapis. Hoo-wee. You know, I have not found a lot of lapis. I finally got Fortune 3 on the pickaxe, but that's about as far as I've gotten overall. Alright, so we got some of that. Good. Oh, and the overclockers, of course. So we got the Palace crystals. What can these even be used for? Armor. Handheld filler. Auto placer. Okay. Automatic precision dropper. Interesting. Tools, boots, etc. Alright, cool. So there's fish, cobalt, blue slime, and prismarine. Prismarine we can make with nether quartz. So that's pretty easy. We can do that one. Just like so. And blast it. That'll give us prismarine. Good. We need to get the bone meal out, wherever that is. Hello? Bone meal? Where you at, bone meal? There you are. And we're going to need to get a little bit of the roses. Excellent. That's going to be for our redstonia. Redstonia empowered again. We're going to need 4 ardite. We're going to need 4 garnets and 4 of the resonating as well, which does start to become a little bit of a problem. And it kind of makes me wonder if doing the block might be better. Do you know what I mean? It might just be better. So this guy here, it's only going to take 1 of those resources. I think we have to do that. I think now we really have to start to look at this and go, no, that's not worth it in the slightest, right? So what we can do is the redstonia, obviously we can empower a block. So that's a block of redstonia crystal with 1 of each instead of multiple of everything, right? So that'll be good. So we got that, we got that, we got that. Excellent. Wrong circuit. And garnet. Oh, ardite. Ardite was the other thing. And we need cobalt for the other. So we got to get this processed and stuff. And there's just a ton of processing to do overall. So actually, this might be... Let's find out. Let's take a quick look-see. Can we do this in the crusher? Wrong crusher. Crusher grinder. Oh, we can do it in the actually additions crusher. That's not a bad way to go. This is very expensive, but we might have to do that just to have another crushing option when this is full. So as you can see, we're full up on gold ore here. It's just not going to work for us, right? And if we put it in our smeltery, we only get 1 per. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to wait it out. And let's start some of this. Now, by theory, we only need 1 ardite. By theory, we only need 1. If that finishes quickly, we can proceed on, right? Oh man, that drains it so quick. So fast, but look at that decrease of production time to 11%. That thing just flies with those extra ones. Oh, I want to get there so bad. I want to get there so bad. I want to have like 5 of these in every single machine. Okay, good. We'll get that done. So now we have the gold at least trucking over. Let's process up the ardite and the cobalt while we're at it here. Ardite? No, no, no. You. Lead, get in there. Let's just take out the auto pull for a quick sec. And let's do this here. Speed that process up. Awesome. Okay. Gold, auto pull. Oh, baby. Love it. Okay, so we'll take out the overclockers again. We don't need them in there. But it at least processed that up quicker for us. We'll cook up some ardite. It'll probably throw some of this in here because it likes to be fussy like that. And that's mainly because it's trying to output it to the furnace, but the furnace was full of something else, so it can't do that. H2. Hype. H2 hype. Alright, good. Good. That guy, let's speed that guy up a little bit and get this thing rocking and rolling. So it just goes to show you, I think I'm going to make quite a few more of those. We do have a decent amount of iron at the moment, so I might power through and make, you know, 2 more of those wind turbines off camera, just so that we can get our EU production up quite nicely, because there's a lot of things that we need to get done. And for that, well, we have only the means that are in front of us, right? So, just one of those things. I haven't really been doing much progression. That is awesome. You know, sometimes just taking it at your time, building a nice base, all that type of stuff is really all you truly need. So, one quick thing, the advantage to doing them by piece, you go through more resources, but we were getting, it was taking less power. We discussed this. You save 400,000 RF. Okay? Pretty straightforward. It's a substantial sum that you do save, but the resources are just too much for us to handle at this point in time. So we're going to get this guy powered up. It shouldn't take too long. It'll take a little bit. Each one of these has 800, so 800, 16, what is that, 24, and 30. Oh, I just goofed big time. I just goofed big time. Alright, well, I'm just going to let that run. I can't remember if it holds it. I don't think it does hold its metadata. Oh well, don't click on that. Just saying, don't click on it if you don't have to. Alright? It'll slowly chug along. We've already drained out our capacitor bank. It's already gone into some of these. It'll slowly chug along the rest of its way. It's not like it's going to immediately stop or struggle or anything like that. It's just one of those things. It'll take its sweet time, but it will finish eventually. Our water wheels are slowly kicking and making sure that that will be the case. So we'll get that guy started at least first. And then from here, we can work on some of the other stuff that we're going to need. So the empowered lapis, or palis, I should say. Raw fish. Well, there's one for you. Apparently we have to go fishing. And blue slime we can make quite easily. Alright, so blue slime and a raw fish. Now, fish, that's an interesting one. We do have the fishing net. Oy, that's expensive. That's very expensive. Cooked broccoli, uranium. Uranium? Oh boy. Alright, so it looks like we're making a fishing rod. I know. Very complicated technology here to catch our fish. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's what we're going to be doing, apparently. We're going fishing, everybody. The rest of this episode, all fishing. Oh boy. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. We need to get some of this stuff going. And this is kind of just reaffirming to me how much more work I need to get done. Right? We're so far off. We're so far off from being where we need to be in infrastructure that we need to, again, take just that step and re-up and not fall down this hole. But we need to re-up and reconfigure everything that we have. And that's going to include moving all of this stuff down. Now, here's a couple of debates. And let me bring them to you guys before we finish up what we're doing here. So, somebody did bring over a starch extractor and a fluid pump. I don't think I'm going to use them. So, if you did bring it over, you're more than welcome to take them back. Or if anybody else wants them, you're more than welcome as well. I do want to try to progress and build all the things on my own, for one. For two, moving all this stuff off camera is a pain. So, what I think I'm going to do is I think on my Monday night stream, we're going to play Age of Engineering. And our whole goal, by the way, if you don't know, I stream on Twitch TV. And our whole goal of that stream is going to be moving all of our stuff to where it needs to go. So, there'll probably be some building. We got to build an IC2 room somewhere. And it's got to be able to connect to the wind turbines as well, which is a bit of a setback, because that's in the same general vicinity of our RF setup. Maybe we combine them in the same room. I don't know. We'll find out. But we're going to do that. I need to do tin first. And so we're going to set up that process first, and then we can go from there. I think that's a good strategy for me. I think that's going to be helpful overall. Just to assist in everything that we're doing here. So I think that's where we're going to leave it, though, for the episode. It's kind of on a weird spot. It's not the best. I mean, we built a windmill. I showed you guys the upgrades. We didn't do too much, though. We didn't get that much done. We're slowly making the empowered redstonia, and I guess we can check on that. We're also going to need to get, like, some sort of teleporter, and I also need to set up some storage. So, I mean, that's going to be cruising. I don't know how long because I messed it up. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I think next episode, I'm going to work on some storage, right? Because that's going to be part of the move, too. Moving all of our terrible storage that we have in place. So, a couple of things that we need to work on, obviously. And, yeah, I think that will be about it. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate all of you being here, all of the support that you guys have been giving me on Age of Engineering and all the videos. Thank you so much. And have yourselves a fantastic day. My lord, look at those additional resources. That is wonderful. Wonderful.